Let's do this. Key problem number 4. When it comes to heart health, we're controlling our BMI. We're working on our metabolism, resetting it. We're getting our blood pressure under control by measuring it and taking simple action steps. We are understanding and owning our cholesterol numbers so we know what they mean and if there's a real risk. Now we've got to pay attention to our heart rate. Seems like a simple thing, but not many people talk about it. Your heart rate. You ever had the feeling where you get nervous, anxious, stressed, or just sheerly when you're exerting yourself, right? And you could just be sitting there and heart rate will go up. You can be active and heart rate goes up. You can feel it come down. You know it's there, but how often do you really pay attention to how that thing's beating, how fast it's beating? Now, some of you might have monitors now and you can chart it a little bit more, but I want to open your eyes to the power of heart rate and its variability. So check this chart out. This is what I'm talking about, is that when you're in a state of frustration, you don't have any of that going on, especially not on social media when you're scrolling through, getting mad at complete strangers or feeling depressed because of someone else's highlight reel when that's all they show on there and they didn't show you there behind the scenes, and you're getting frustrated, angry, sad, worked up, anxious. You read the world's ending. Your heart rate changes in a second. Look at the graph on the left side there. Red lines all over the place. It's irregular. Struggling. Now on the right side, this shift to appreciation, certainty, peace, de-stressing, sleep, rest, healing. This is where it resides. So we need that shift in our heart rate. We need to intentionally change these graphs. Intentionally put ourselves into the green. You 100% control this, and I guarantee if you can put this into practice and if you can focus on this piece, it is a massive difference with your long-term health and chronic disease. Here's the research. The variability of your heart rate is a predictor, an indicator of overall heart health, the risk of heart attack, and cardiovascular events. In fact, research has shown that you cannot have a myocardial infarction, heart attack, if your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems are in balance. That means your stress response system, I get stressed, sympathetics versus parasympathetics, which is like your reproduce, eat, relax, belly button, belt buckle undone after Thanksgiving dinner. You get the picture? Like that. Like just, that's the parasympathetics. So the sympathetics get pounded so often in today's world, which is go, 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 accelerate, 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 brakes is the parasympathetic. But our brakes feel like, I've got no brakes. We're just out of control sometimes because we can't control a lot of these sympathetic events. Control some of them. But there's deadlines, there's incidences, there's pace at which the world moves. What I want to get you to focus on is strengthening the brakes, and they show if you have strong enough brakes, your vehicle doesn't get in an accident. If you have strong enough brakes, parasympathetic control is strong enough, you don't have the heart attack from a sudden sympathetic incident. You know what I'm saying here? It means if your heart and your brakes are strong enough, you can survive the near car accident and not have a heart attack after it. That's the correlation. That is heart rate variability. So low heart rate variability is associated with developing coronary heart disease and a lot of metabolic conditions. Just the fact that you don't have strong brakes and you have too much stress, too much sympathetic response. Diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol. Could it be? Could it be your cholesterol is coming from your heart rate being off? Wouldn't that be something? I tried everything, Dr. Living. I tried everything. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Barry. Is you still stressing? Sally, you're anxious? You didn't do anything today to control that thing, then you haven't done everything. Because if you did, you'd have results. Low heart rate variability is prevalent in people who have had heart attacks. Among those people who have had heart attacks, those with low heart rate are higher at risk of dying. So without a preceding decrease in brake strength, activation of the sympathetic accelerator does not lead to a heart attack. So it's a great predictor of healthy longevity, your heart rate variability. Now there are some monitors that can start measuring this. It is technology that we have clinically to measure the status of this immune system, of this nervous system controlling your heart. That variability level, one of the best ways to get yourself out of frustration and into appreciation. 2 steps. 3, let's call it 3, all right? Because I should throw this in. 3 steps to go from here, risk of heart attack, blood pressure is high, cholesterol is high, impacting your metabolism, to here, shift to appreciation. 1, stop watching other people's lives. You do you. You are seeing a crisis on a post on social media, and you're feeding your brain that, and it stresses you out. You don't know who posted it, how it got there, what the source was, or how it was manipulated and twisted because all you read was the headline and the subheadline. You're caring and talking about people's lives, leaders in our country, whoever it is, and you don't have anything to do with your day-to-day reality. Yet, it's creating your heart rate variability off. So that goes off, and you replace those 2 minutes or 10 with breathing. And if you want your graph to look like this, then breathe like this. If you want your graph to look like this, then breathe like that. Huffing and puffing, I'm all worked up. But if you want your heart rate variability to do that, mimic it with your breathing. Isn't that a simple concept? Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Should be 5 seconds on the way up and 5 seconds on the way down. And you just leave your breathing there, and your heart rate will start to follow. And then it's miraculous when you hook someone up to the unit and watch this happen. You're like, oh, look at the heart. It follows your breathing. Breathe. Shut all that off. Or life, not theirs. And then switch this thing right here to gratitude, to appreciation, to heart. Yeah? Love. Love your health. Give it a minute to just love your life for a second. There's something going right. I would argue there's more going right than going wrong. You don't know my scenario, Dr. Living Good. Yeah, but I know you're watching this right now on technology with the internet in a house or at a job. You should be working, by the way. You, in America, you want me to keep going? You got a heart beating? You got a foot that works? Maybe 2? You got some hands? Can you see? Can you talk? Probably too much, but you can. And you can listen, or at least hear. You got way more going for you than you got going wrong, but all you're focusing on is other people's problems and the stuff that isn't going right in your world. Yet there's about 6 or 7 billion people that would probably switch spots with you right now if you wanted to trade. Because all the things you have access to and the freedoms that you have. But we find something to complain about, don't we? So if that's what dominates your day, just give yourself a break for a couple minutes. Shut off everyone else that actually doesn't matter in your life. Breathe like you want your heart rate to be. And use your heart for a minute instead of your head. And just be a little thankful. And that heart rate, you give yourself some goosebumps. You know what I'm talking about? The little tinglies? Huh? Give yourself some of those. Just take a minute to get some. I'm getting them right now. Just a little, just right down the spine. Woo! Just get your heart there a little bit. Just a couple minutes every day. That, the impact it has, is pressing the brakes. It's the brakes. But if you don't use them, they don't get stronger. If you don't use them, that thing will never slow down, and that heart rate will be out of control, and your risk for heart attacks, cancers, longevity, it all gets worse. That's heart rate variability. I am telling you, it is a crazy good secret weapon that so few ever use. If you want a little secret, you want a little like, how did you do that? You put that breathing in your day, in your drive to work. Don't get in an accident or that will take you the other direction. You wake up in the morning or just in the middle of your day. If coworkers can take a smoke break, you can take a breathing break. You know what I'm talking about? If they can have a tray put outside to put their butts in, why don't you have a seat outside that you can put your butt in and focus on de-stressing? Just take a minute to acknowledge how amazing it actually is to be alive today. It's legitimately cool, isn't it? Look at me here. I can't believe it. Me. Like you ever think about that? Like my soul. How did I get right here, right now? What the? This is weird. Take a minute and have some gratitude right there. Because things could be just nasty worse. And there's a lot of people on this planet that have it way worse. Breathe how you want your heart rate to flow. Think with your heart for a couple minutes. Shut off your head and stop feeding yourself for a minute. That's how you control that heart rate variability. If you have an electrical heart problem, you need to get dang serious about what I just explained. If you have a valve problem, you need to get dang serious about what I just explained. If you have a prolonged chronic blood pressure problem, you need to get dang serious about what I just explained. For too long, you have been running and gunning and not slowing down your heart rate so that it can heal, and you are running all over the place on the left in the red. You can only stay in the red for so long until it takes its toll and you can't undo it. Get yourself back in the green. The research is there. It works. When you start eating and putting proper foods in and controlling that waistline, when you take power and control over your normal blood pressure and you start checking it and charting it yourself and figuring out what makes you get better or worse, and you run the calculations and demand testing on your cholesterol, and you take moments to control your heart rate, every heart condition on the planet improves when you implement those four. Every one. I didn't say reverse. I didn't say go away, but it's going to get better. Now, if you'll go with me for a second, let's take it up one more notch, because these are still sort of foundational pieces to building real heart health. You've got to eat properly. You've got to get the proper fats in. You've got to get those proper nutrients, some of them being supplements to help control those issues. But a lot of these problems, you got to de-stress. You got to detox. That's all part of these foundational pieces. Doing those lifestyle habits drives these. You just got to get a little understanding of the blood work and the blood pressure. But other than that, that's your foundation. Now, let's take a look at the blueprints, right? When I went to build the clinic, I told you I had the foundational, structural, that was already built. So we didn't really have to do one of those. We just knew what it looked like. And I could walk in the building and look around. We knew we had to knock a wall out here and do some things. But structurally, we had blueprint 1. Then blueprint 2 is the mechanical. The plumbing. Well, this is expensive, so we're going to move too much of that. We're going to put a sink in here. We're going to put the bathroom in here. You got your plumbing. Okay, is that the main blueprint that's off? There's some buildings, you got to rip plumbing up, ripping up floors. You got to move this over here, put a bathroom here, put another one in here. You got to do all kinds of blueprint work. Then there's the blueprint for the electrical. Or maybe it's your electrical that's having a problem. You got to rewire a bunch of things. Or maybe it's mechanical. You got to move vents. AC in here. The light over there. You got to plug in over here. There's these heart issues. And I thought, man, that is a good analogy, because there's normally 4 blueprints that go into making a building. To building real heart health, there are the structural plans, where if that's messed up, you got a weak heart. There are the plumbing plans, where your heart is congested if you have bad plumbing. You got electrical plans, and if those are messed up, your heart isn't firing properly like my dad. Or you got mechanical plans, and your valves just are not mechanically pumping. 4 heart types. USC medicine, there's 4. All the heart diseases can fall within under these. So let's look at your blueprint that you can now lay on top of your foundational pieces to start addressing these to build real heart health. Number 1, structurally. I mean, it's a lot of, if you ignore the foundational things, if you ignore these, you are asking for structural damage. You've got to have these things go in the right direction. So you just get a weak heart. You get a weak foundation. and that's going to lead to weak heart symptoms. So if you're in congestive heart failure, if you had a prior heart attack, if your hypertension is just completely uncontrolled, your heart's enlarged, you have defects, disease in the muscles, extreme shortness of breath we'll typically see, the veins are elevated in the neck and the legs, swelling starts to build up, and then you're just ejection fracture like my dad. Over time, his heart couldn't eject. It needed to be above 35%. Went to see it even north of 50%. Dad's in that 35 below range. Thing just weak. He just couldn't pump. He also had electrical problems, though. And this is what started it and got him to a bad foundation because he never fixed it. It's a misfiring heart. You're going to see fluttering, whether it's a racing heartbeat or slow heartbeat. Pains in your chest, shortness of breath. A lot of lightheadedness shorted with this symptom. Sweat. Electrolytes are all off. The way you're balancing your salts and your potassiums and your magnesiums all firing off. You can faint or nearly faint because it can go up and go down really quickly. This is tied into the thyroid because it impacts how that heart beats. Controls that metabolism. So we can see thyroid problems. The third heart type is mechanical. This is a leaky heart. The valves are leaking. They're not firing completely. They're not entering the chambers. This buildup over time puts a lot of strain on the heart. You get heart murmurs in this case, shortness of breath and fatigue because there's backing up in your system and your liver. That causes swelling in the lower extremities. Varicose veins can be on this path. Doesn't have to be, but it can be. You get lack of blood flow around the body. You get fingertips and lips that are starting to go blue. You get sudden weight gain because you're holding on to a lot of fluid. You get that chronic cough. You're coughing to compress your chest to pump the heart because it's not getting the fluid out. It's drowning you. The liver gets enlarged. AST and ALT are enlarged and off. You get excess sweating because that fluid's got to go somewhere. It's backing up in your lymph system. The fourth type is plumbing. That's a congested heart. This is your classic angina, carotid artery disease. LDL is off. HDL is low. Blood pressure, diabetes, smoking, family history, men over 45, women over 50, postmenopausal, hormone problems, obesity, everything we talked about to this point, everything just gets congested and inflamed. So these are the blueprints to build your heart health. You might have more than one blueprint. I know when we did the building, we'd have a couple areas of it that we had to focus on, but they're four heart types. It makes it a little more simple to understand, but these areas need more focus. And sometimes you build a building, sometimes there's more structural work than there is mechanical work. There can be more plumbing work than there is electrical work. But I'm going to give you the tips that I've found to be the most effective at handling these heart types. But do not miss your foundation. Through the challenge, we fix your focus. We get you de-stressing and breathing for heart rate variability. We clean up those foods so you're not causing the bad fats to go in to affect the cholesterol levels, or you're not putting in the spiked insulin levels, and you're putting in real foods. We fix your fitness. We got to get you moving. You got to get that heart rate up and challenge the heart. It's a muscle. It needs to be worked out. Fix your filters, because if your liver's bogged down because of the drugs you were taking, or it's producing poor triglyceride levels, that's going to be an issue. We got to cleanse that thing out. And then, of course, want to fix your frame so you're not having either a nerve damage issue like my dad had going to his heart, or you have so much pain it's causing your blood pressure to go up and it's damaging your heart. So this is an ongoing every day, every week, every month. We got to be addressing those. You're not going to be perfect. Sometimes you're going to take vacation meals. That's cool, but we need that foundation to be solid, or we're going to end up with a weak heart real quick. We're going to have a lot of structural issues. If you are dealing with a structural issue, and you do have those symptoms of the structural problems, you want to see them one more time? These weak heart issues. This is congestive heart failure. This is a really struggling person. The ejection fracture is low. You got to attack this thing quick. Here's my recommendations. Okay, from a food perspective, you need lots of antioxidants, lots of greens powder. Turmeric is really going to cut down inflammation, and then your heart is having a problem build up the muscles, so I would give it amino acids. So this is our heart failure type people. We really got to put those foods in that are going to build heart health. Amino acids, I'll talk about in a second which ones. I'd probably get an evaluation of the nervous system, because electrically, more than likely, the brain's not allowing the electrical flow to the heart. For my dad, that's what was lowering his ejection fraction. It wasn't firing and pumping out. Really weakened it because the electrical unit was messed up as well. I would add in some weight training. It shows that those with congestive heart failure, it's very good because you're challenging the muscle and you're strengthening the body a bit. I would be doing rebounding. You don't have to do heavy weight training, just add in some weights. Rebounding is the ability to jump on a small trampoline that's going to pump that blood flow, because if your heart is weak, it's going to back fluid up into the system. Rebounding is going to counteract that and get the fluid moving. You're probably addressing your blood pressure at this point. I would use the blood pressure support because of taurine and D-ribose. These are two of the most important amino acids that are going to help support building that heart that's weakened. I like the hawthorn, I like the lipoic acid, the other ones we talked about, just to support it. And then I'd be putting the omegas and turmeric because of the amount of inflammation and antioxidant support that needs to be done. Now, tests-wise, what do you look for? And these tests are a little bit different for each one, but for structural heart or heart health in general, I would look at CRP, C-reactive protein. If the heart muscle is breaking down, that is going to increase in the blood. So it's specific for heart inflammation. It's an inflammation marker that if your heart is being damaged, CRP is going up. Wouldn't that be beneficial to know that your heart is the proteins are being shedded from the heart? Now the other one that does this is homocysteine. You look at that for inflammation measuring areas. There are different, lactate dehydrogenase would be another one. Homocysteine and lactate dehydrogenase. And these ones you can look at, they're on the blood pressure guide that you guys have. Excuse me, not the blood pressure, the blood test guide that you guys have. They're on there, and the dehydrogenase can actually be used for multiple different body parts. You might not find a doctor to do that one, but I bet you can get them for CRP for sure, and maybe even homocysteine. But I would look at those inflammation markers, specifically the CRP one. That's good ones to measure to know, do you have an inflammatory problem? If you do, you got to crank that up even more. That's why omegas, turmeric, these things help out a lot. So if you are struggling with it, nail the foundation, do the challenge. And then I would look at the omegas and blood pressure support. If you're having those weak heart issues, that's where I start. I get that lifestyle going. I'm probably requesting those tests at my next physical, I'm tracking my blood pressure, and I'm starting to take these things right here. It's a weak heart. I would add in the omegas, I would add in blood pressure support. All right, next heart type. This is the electrical misfiring heart. The electrical misfiring heart. So you're fluttering, racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, dizziness, sweating. Could even be thyroid issues, fainting. That person, that condition. This is your AFib. What do we focus on? Got to get magnesium. You need these electrolytes in. Beans, spinach, almond. It's going to really drive the electrical conductivity of the heart. Salt. You cannot underdo salt. Don't take in too much NaCl, but we do need sea salt, Celtic, Himalayan, those things going in. And then I would do greens, because again, you've got to support those antioxidants. Lots of green leafy foods, good potassiums. A lot of them have magnesium in them. All right, the focus. If there's an electrical misfiring, you may need to get nervous system evaluation. Checking the heart rate variability. It's going to be a big piece. You just learned how to control heart rate variability, so I'd be sure be doing the paced breathing with the gratitude, number 2. But you might have some nervous system damage. There could be damage on the nerve going to your heart, vagus nerve. Number 3 is detoxing. I'd be looking at it from a perspective of like your muscles, your metals that build up in there, inflammation, just detoxing these areas. I mean, just simple stuff. Taking the greens powder, lemon in your water, a little bit of salt in your water, apple cider vinegar. I like all these things for detoxing and putting them in on a daily basis to just continue to aid the kidneys, the liver. They're having to deal and flush all this stuff out. Especially the kidneys, when they're malfunctioning, that creates electrolyte imbalance in your body. You can't properly balance potassium and sodium. Well, if you don't balance potassium and sodium, you're asking for electrical issues, because that's what does the electrical conduction in your system. B vitamins can create problems with this electrical functioning of the heart. There's several B vitamins that are directly regulating that from going down, and a lot of people are deficient or they can't convert them. They get B vitamins in, they take a multivitamin, but it's not in the methylated converted form. So there's several vitamins that have to be converted with a methyl add-on and then your body can use it. Well, we just already convert ours. So my multivitamin, all my collagen, all those already have the methylated version of the B vitamins. So your body doesn't have to convert them. It can just use them right away. But getting those in directly proportional to how the heart functions, how the lung functions. And then finally, I would use Energize. So I do it every day myself. This is getting your electrolytes in, so you're not using Gatorade to get it in. So you're keeping the sugars down, which is super heart healthy. And then you're not using energy drinks, which are terrible for your heart, even though they might contain B vitamins and taurine. Because they're making you all jittery and you're stimulating that heart function, and that's hard on it over time. In fact, those that drink an energy drink can have an immediate risk of stroke, or over time increase their stroke risk because of this factor. So I get the Energize in to support my electrical heart function, my muscle function. Taurine and D-ribose support the heart, the two of the best for it. It gives me potassium. It gives me magnesium. It gives me the sea salt. It gives me a high dose vitamin C, so I don't have to take another one for my immune system, and quercetin, which helps out with viruses as well. Then, just recently, we added 3 more energy and focus enhancers. Carnitine, cysteine, theanine. And we added those in to be able to support proper energy in the body without making you jittery and more focus. So I use it in the early afternoon. Gives me that little boost. So bye-bye Gatorade and energy drinks. That's the Energize. And it tastes insane. It's like a lemon lime. Jessica thinks it's a lemonade flavor. We just kind of tweaked it a bit. We lowered the stevia content and we increased the monk fruit in it. So it's less digestive distress. But I think it's the ideal one for electrical health, for the heart. Again, I would check CRP. I think it's a great one to know if the heart's being damaged and inflamed on blood work. And then if you can, I would look to try to level, get a level of your heart rate variability, whether that's through like a device that you wear, right, or actually at a doctor's office. But knowing that variability, like what's your score, what would it be at? I think it's beneficial. I've tested mine. So do the foundational pieces of your challenge for electrical misfiring heart. Get the foundations down. Get the Energize in. It's going to give you a lot of the electrolytes. It's immediate solutions for an AFib, electrical problem. When you do the challenge, you're focusing on paced breathing. You're focusing on cleaning up the antioxidants. You're focusing on detoxing. You're doing that stuff in the challenge. But then I think adding in the Energize will be the most important supplement. Okay? And finally, mechanical. No, sorry, 2 more. Mechanical is next. Your mechanical is your leaky. Murmur, shortness of breath, lung problems, swelling, varicose, blue, bad blood flow, chronic cough, enlarged liver, excess sweating. Okay, if you have this going on, here's the mechanical heart health track and guide. Best foods, turmeric, decrease that inflammation. I like beets. I like cinnamon. Really like cinnamon. Maybe a little of that in your coffee. Fermented foods. These are a high dose of K2. A lot of heart valve issues come with calcification. It's like a very heart healthy move for a heart valve problem is fermented food. Good probiotics, good source of vitamin K2. And then greens. Again, potassium for the fluid balance, very important. We don't get enough potassium typically. Now, I know you might have some restrictions depending on what medications you're on, which, by the way, if you're on like a blood thinner, the only one you really need to worry about is K1. You can still have a little bit of that. You just don't want to take a mega dose. K2 is not going to impact that. So, number 1, if you have a valve issue, I would get that liver cleaned out. Because if the heart can't pump it, where does it go back to? The liver. Liver's going to take a hit. So simple liver detoxification we cover in week 3 of the challenge, and then we also do a 3-day juice cleanse. That's very liver friendly. I would also encourage you during this series and these trainings, watch the gut health webinar. Watch the gut health masterclass. It's going to show you how to reset it and detox your liver. I would be doing rebounding because you got to get that fluid pumping through the system. Mini rebounder. Go to livinggooddaily.com. Click on Market to see the 2 that I own. It's just a link to Amazon. I'll show you the exact one that I have, though. 2 of them. We have one at the office, one at home. Helps with energy, too. You really got to watch overeating with a valve issue. Puts too much strain on your heart. Too much strain on your liver. You don't want to challenge those valves anymore. You got to really curb consumption and start changing your lifestyle. We teach you how to do that. You can also watch the fasting and metabolism reset training. It's all part of this series. K2, super important, especially if there's calcification of those valves. A lot of time there is. So you can get a calcification score to see if it is affecting your arteries, and you can talk to your doctor about that. But getting K2 in would be important. The Living Good Daily Multi has the methylated B vitamins that are going to support the heart and high dose of K2. That's why I made it that way. There's a lot of people with calcification and such, they need to get that in. And then the greens. I just love the antioxidants spirulina brings, chlorella, great liver detoxifiers. Berries are great liver detoxifiers. Broccoli, potassium, cinnamon, beets, probiotics, enzymes, turmeric. Helps you digest food better. Great for the liver, breaking those things down. So if I were to have tests, I would see what can my doctor do to check to see if I have fatty liver. Sure, there's an ultrasound. How is AST? How's ALT? Is there any damage, warning signs going on there? A lot of people that have it probably don't even know it. And then I'd be looking at those inflammation markers again. CRP, homocysteine, lactate dehydrogenase. Be looking at those. As a leaky heart valve, as an electrical heart problem, when there's packages on the store for these. This one, I would recommend the greens and the multi. If you know it's a valve issue, greens and multi. Comes with a guide, comes in with this guide to show you, okay, on the store. The electrical heart valve comes with that guide and how you show you how to do it. So these valves are in packages, so you can see the guide, see the list of things you need to do, and then get the supplementation in. That would make the most difference. I would be sure that you're doing the lifestyle and the challenges, though. Finally, we got the plumbing congested heart. You got clogged arteries. Angina, carotid artery disease, history of that. Smoking, diabetes, family history of those diseases. Men over 45, postmenopausal women, hormone problems, obesity, BMI's up. You're asking for congestion. So the food to put in, everything's controlling inflammation. Flax, chia, fish, fiber, apple cider vinegar, the greens powder, the beta-glucan in it. Everything's lowering inflammation. Anti-inflammatory, anti-inflammatory. Focus, get those high dose omegas in. I used to have to sell a separate hypo omega, not anymore. The Living Good Daily Omega comes with a full bottle of turmeric and a high dose of omega-3s. And if you have pain or need rapid inflammatory reduction, you double it. And that's what it does. Super effective. I take it every day. Number 2, the plant sterols. Very effective at lowering cholesterol, shows the research. CoQ10 is a must. A lot of times people are on statins, so we get that in. I would start fasting. I would lower that insulin level. Fructose is going to be an enemy because it's going to increase triglyceride levels, even in fruits, for a while until you get healed. Okay? Not forever. And then K2, just to prevent the calcification, especially if you're taking vitamin D, you got to take them together. Take them with magnesium. It's going to support the whole picture. K2 with D and magnesium. That's how mine's made. Tests. I would request, a doctor might not do it for you, but an omega fatty acid test. What's your ratio? How many omega-6s are in your body compared to omega-3s? Be a good number to know. The delta in between those, the difference in between them is how much inflammation you have. Check your LDL particle size. You got to know what that is. LDL particle size. Ferritin, fibrinogen, these two check the weight of the blood. Ferritin's a great predictor. If you wonder what your stroke risk is, your blood thinners, I'd look at ferritin. If it's high, you got to get blood. If it's low, you might need multivitamin with some methylated Bs. Fibrinogen, how much clotting? You can look at platelets too. I like platelets south of 250. They're going to say 250 to 450, but platelets, too many of them, you're clotting too much. It's one big number they look at. In cancer survivors, if they got platelets below 250, survival rate went way up because it was removing the inflammation in the system. So if you do it the right way, not just with an aspirin, which the FDA has recalled as a preventative measure, which we'll learn about in the pain and inflammation track, this is what I'd be looking at if it's congested. Now with those, do the challenge, get your foundational pieces, which is going to lower all those, lower the inflammation. You can get the package of the, this is discounted, high cholesterol, or healthy cholesterol support, and the omega turmeric. That comes with that guide to help you understand your numbers. In addition to that, if you do have calcified arteries, focus on the multi. It's got the extra K2 in it. So I add that in on top of my vitamin D. If it's plaquing, I'm focused on the greens and omegas. You got that cholesterol stickiness clogging up arteries and they're blocked. I focus on those. These are the blueprints. You've got to get a foundation built, but you can focus on these blueprints. You can focus mechanically, plumbing, electrical, structure. But you got to have this blueprint, and you got to get going. No better time than right now. My dad waited until the heart attack happened, until his heart shut down, and he had enough know-how to drive himself to the hospital that day. When he got home at 7 a.m. in the morning, he was on a helicopter being airlifted to Mayo Clinic within an hour. And then I get the phone call, the one I never want to get. Dad's heart shut down. That's not me laying there. A lot of people think it is. That's my dad. The big ugly mug's my brother. Don't call that one me. I'm the cute one on his chest. Dad never forgot this image. I know he didn't. I never remember it. But he never forgot it. He never gets this moment with my daughter, with my son, with my other daughter. Never got it. Because he didn't have a blueprint. He wasn't focusing on building health. He waited for sickness and disease. He passed all the physicals. The doctor's job were not focusing on building health. They were only searching for disease. If and only he had disease, would they help him? His insurance only paid if he had disease. His job did not care about his health. They just needed the job done. It was his responsibility. It's just no one ever charged him to do it. So he loses his health, and all he does is just take medications and have open heart surgeries, which probably cost him everything, because once you cut into a heart, it's hard to fix that thing. But we kept him alive for 5 more years. He just never made it to that memory, this memory right here with his grandbabies. I don't want you going there. But here's what I do know through going through that with him. We think it's this. Success. I'm here, I'm going there. Blood pressure, boop, boop. Done. Got it. Very few things in life are that way. You know what it really looks like? You know what success actually looks like? That. It looks like that. People get lost and wandered and discouraged. It's okay. As long as you don't exit the journey. As long as you don't give up and turn around and go back home and sit back where you started. But I have a feeling you're here because that's why you wanted to be here, is because you don't want to be wandering around the wilderness too long, but you also don't want to stay where you're at. But you got to have some guidance. You got to have some kind of a path, a track to follow. And coaching, encouraging. I'm going to fire you up. I'm going to speak some truth to you. I'll laugh with you. I'll cry with you. I'll dance with you. But I will support you and love you and try to give you as much truth as I possibly can. But I can't do that if you're not around or you don't show up. I know you might know some things about health. I know you might have tried some diets. I know you might be into health and wellness and studying it for 30 years, but you got to stay on that journey, and you better be with some people. You better be walking with some people going the same direction of you, because if you're not, you're going to fall off track, and this is going to make you grow weary. You got it in you. It never left you. I know it because I saw what your heart did earlier. I know how much blood it pumps each day. I know how much electricity gives it off. You got the greatest doctor in the world. You got what it takes to heal. We just grow weary sometimes. You got to stay on a path with some people. That's why we created the Living a Daily Lifestyle. And there's a reason I'm going over this right now, because I think if you commit to challenges, even if it's the same thing each challenge that you're doing, you have a roadmap and a journey with some people to build health. We every month start a new challenge. Every month, live. Thousands of people. Here's the meal plan. Here's the fasting method. Here's the de-stressing. Here's the breathing. Here's the coaching. Here's the teachings. For me every day. Here's the workout in your inbox. Just hit play and go right in your living room. Here's the ab bonus. Here's the stretching. Here's what you do for your bad knee. Here's how you get a question answered. Here's a grocery store tour. Here's the grocery list. Here's the accountability. Here's the group. Thousands of dollars of support every single month. A lot of people take it for granted. But it's monthly challenges. It's on-demand workouts. It's 9 health trainings that we are making right now. You're going to get 4 full other master classes, soon to be 5 because of this one. If you want this whole recording, I'm going to make sure that you get this stuff. And you get lifestyle-only coaching. You get all the bonus meal plans, which I'm going to touch on in a second because I got something super fun to show you. But this process, your heart health, how to build it. You need some contractors, you need a carpenter, you need a plumber, you need an electrician, you need a team to build heart health. And a lot of people don't have that. All they have is the assurance man, and all they have is the guy that shows up with the hammers, the axes and the fire hose. They got the fire department and the insurance department. That's their plan for the health of their building. We've got to build real health. And so to do that, here's what it is. So the Living a Daily Lifestyle, you can get access to it right now. When you do that, I will give you the recording of this entire week. I will give you the recording of everything we just covered. We're going to record 9 masterclasses together. You get all 9 of those masterclasses. You get into monthly challenges, and we are going to coach you through this stuff and answer the tough questions. And I'm going to be with you. You know, the doctor that puts you on the drug and said come back in 6 to 12 months? No. Every month, every day, every week. You might get sick of me, that's fine, but I'm going to lead you. Not be your friend and tell you to slough off, but I'm going to call you out, call you up, and help you down this journey. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be perfect. It's going to feel like this sometimes, but I won't let you get weary. So that lifestyle is right there. I'm going to have the team post it up. If you're not in the lifestyle, then that's the place to start. Get the foundation. Now, as a bonus with lifestyle, you pick, do you want to do it monthly? Because these challenges, if you just do one of them, cost $37 a piece. It's thousands of dollars of material. And all these masterclasses and what we're recording right now, you get access to. But you only pay $27 a month when you're committed to making health a lifestyle, committed to make living good daily a lifestyle, live good every day, or for the whole year. You got a game plan. I got layers. It's going to take me some time. You can get the whole year for a discounted price. It averages out to be $19 a month. You pay one fee, and it covers you for the whole year from today to 12 months from now. On top of that, you can customize it. If you're like, okay, I got the lifestyle, I'm doing monthly or I'm doing yearly, you click on that and select it. On the next page, you'll be able to customize it by adding your blood pressure package or your brand new Energize supplement that we just came out with, or the cholesterol package, or the electrical heart package, or the mechanical valve heart package. You can add that package and get the discount. There's savings on all of those. So that link is posted up and you can click on those. Now, if you already have the lifestyle, it gets even better. I can't wait to go to this. So number one, if you have the lifestyle, there's a little green button on that page we just posted up. That link we just posted up right at the bottom. It says I already have it. So you can click and you can go get savings. The whole store is 10% off. And all these packages. We got some new ones. We got electrical heart health. We got mechanical heart health. The brand new Energize is there and discounted. The cholesterol, the blood pressure. There's about 20 different packages we're going to be covering all week long for your specific condition to save up to 25% off of those. And then everything in the store is automatically discounted 10%. Okay? That wasn't even the fun part. The fun part is when you're a lifestyle member, whether you're joining new today to get this ongoing coaching and support, to be part of our challenge groups. We have a brand new 4-week challenge every 4 weeks. But you're going to get the members area, which is going to give you the masterclasses, on-demand workouts, and we're going to give you these guides. So the heart types. If you're unsure, which one do I focus on? We have a heart quiz in the membership site area. You take the quiz, it tells you which one you are. And then you can just simply download the guide. So you're like, well, I kind of got some congestive stuff going on, and I think I have a murmur too. So what do I do? It's going to tell you which one's worse. It's a quiz in your members area. So once you become a lifestyle member, you're going to be able to log in on the store, and it's going to kick you this out. You also have in that members area your blood pressure guide. You also have your cholesterol guide. And during this masterclass, we're recording the training. Right now, I have the team building out a customized challenge track for your heart health. It's not available this challenge because the new challenge started today, but it's going to be available for the next one starting in March. So while we record this, your whole members area is going to get a facelift in the training section. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these recordings, we're going to put them into the members area, and then I'm going to make a track, which is going to be identical to, in general, you can use the challenge workbook, right? So if you've ever done a challenge, you can use the workbook, and it gives you what I would call where most people should start. You get a digital version of this thing, 104 pages. We're going to make one of these for every topic of the masterclass this week. That's right. There will be personalized ones, because I hear some of you, well, I mean, I did the challenge, and some people just get crazy results, and there's one yesterday, they're like, well, I haven't really seen the results yet. I've done 5 of these. The motivation's amazing. The teachings are amazing, but I still haven't gotten to the bottom of mine. You need some variation with your workbook. So what we're doing is we're putting these tracks together while we go through the material, and we're creating the Living Good Daily Challenge Workbook blood pressure track. We're creating the Living Good Daily Challenge Workbook cholesterol track. And in those, with the cholesterol, for example, there's maybe only a couple specific things you need to do each day to control your cholesterol. But if you get through 30 days and you're like, you know what? I went and got blood work and things didn't change. We have a track then to link you directly to maybe you want to try a vegetarian approach. Maybe you want to try an anti-inflammatory approach. You'll be able to take different meal approaches because I don't know if there's just one that fits you. Now, I would not recommend this until you put in a few challenges. You've done 2, you've done 3. You haven't seen maybe some area of your health change. We're going to create these tracks and they're going to be available for lifestyle members where it's literally a downloadable, printable, complete track, like getting one of these workbooks. You'll be able to just download it. You could print it off if you want. There's the general one. I believe everyone should just start there, understand the principles. But there's stuff you can layer on, like I'm going through, each day for your blood pressure, each day for your metabolism, each day for inflammation, each day for thyroid. We're this week going to make all the trainings, and the team is busting it so that at the beginning of March, you could say, I've been in 6 challenges, but I want to do the metabolism track now. And you're going to have a whole new workbook to work out with new recipes and new things you need to focus on. There's some stuff that's not going away. I'm not letting you get away without exercise. I'm not letting you get away without breathing. I'm not letting you get away without sleeping. That stuff's never changing, ever, for any program you want to go to out there. That is life. But there's some specifics that you could follow for your blood pressure. There's some specifics you could follow for, it's probably a good idea if you got a thyroid condition to do an anti-inflammatory approach. But that's not what's in this book normally. This is just a generic one, but not one size fits all. So we're upping our game. That's not out yet. You're not going to find it in your members area yet. Don't even ask for it, Sally. Don't bug support for it. It's not done yet because I'm creating it. We're creating it right now. Man, I can't wait to share that with you because that is a massive, massive amount of resources, time, energy the team is putting in. So I put everything I got to record these. Today we created a blood pressure masterclass, a cholesterol masterclass, and a heart blueprint masterclass. Now you, if you become a lifestyle member, you will not only get the trainings of all 3 of those in this whole masterclass recording, you're going to get the trainings cut down for your condition. And by the end of the month, we will have those new trainings and a specific workbook track. Not just a guide. You can get some guides when you purchase supplements, and those are great. Great place to start. But literally, like, here's your 30-day plan for your blood pressure. Here's your 90-day plan to reset your metabolism. While you do challenges. Because everyone keeps saying, oh, the community's good, the motivation good, I get questions answered, but I might still have this issue. I need the approach for this thing. And so we're evolving this thing even more so you can really get your personalized path up this mountain without losing and having to like put you in a separate group or into some separate thing to get help for your gut problems because you need a reset, but you could still be within a challenge and do that. And then it follows the same flow of what the workbook does. Is a beautiful thing. Y'all better be excited for it. I'm not even looking at the comments right now. The support team is not in their head. Yes, that you are. So, what does it mean? When you get the, and I normally, like, I was going to teach all week long and talk about this later in the week, but if you don't come back because all you needed to hear was the heart issue thing, you're going to miss this. So I'm going to talk about it every day. Will you let me do that? Because I'm stinking excited about it. And if you're a lifestyle member, you're just getting a crazy amount of more value and your fee's not going up a cent. I'm not charging you more. I'm just trying to figure out how does this work better for you so you can change your life faster so then you end up on that testimonial video. And you don't end up like my dad with a widowed mom by age 58. And I'll put whatever resources we have into doing that. So when you get it right here, okay? When you get it, let me show you this. This link is there. It takes you to this page, okay? You can scroll down, first timer. Monthly or yearly. Yearly is going to average out to be $19 a month. You kidding me? Cut back Netflix or Disney Plus or your coffee addiction, or you can pay for that real fast. And then it averages out to be that you pay it one time, you get a whole year of coaching and all these challenges. And as we keep adding resources, which if you've been around for a while, the value you got when you started compared to now is stupid. No one does this. We should be charging more. We should be doubling or tripling the price. We didn't. You can also get it for $27 a month if you want to do month over month. Okay? Now, if you already have, so you're going to click one of those, right? So you click in, you're like, yes, I'm going to need a year to fix myself, Dr. Living Good. When you click on that button, it takes you to the checkout page for it, but it'll ask you if you want to customize it. You can add some of the supplements we talked about. You could add a book if you want one of those, and you add your lifestyle to your cart and you take it. So here's the packages. Like there's blood pressure. You got the discount already. Here's cholesterol. There's the Energize. There's an immune package. There's the thyroid. So you can grab any of these packages, and add these supplements that you might want. And then when you get down here, you can add in the books. Like, oh, well, that's my first time hearing about the Make Food Simple book. I want to get that. Or the, well, that one's sold out, never mind. Living a Daily book. Or you may check on that support. Yeah. And then, or you want, like, I want a printed version of the workbook. We charge $7.95. We'll print it for you and send it if you don't want to print it off. Otherwise, it's all digital. That stuff. There's a journal. These things are huge. Beginning of the year to help you get your year on track. And then you just simply add to cart and check out. You can shop the rest of the store for wherever you want. Now, if you already have the lifestyle, all you have to do, great, is click this button, and then it'll just take you to this. You can shop the bundles and the sale. So it's like, there's the Energize, here's your savings. These are 25% off. All these different bundles. We're going to talk about these all week long. But the sale's going all week. It's 10% off all supplements. But I should mention, lifestylers, like, you don't have to wait for a sale to come up. Like, just subscribe. If you subscribe, I use these things. That's what I use every day. Right there, I'm showing it to you. I just subscribe to those. I always have those on my cover. You save 15% all the time, which is a bigger discount. And you can select subscription today, save 15%, and even throw in a package if you want. But subscribe to stuff. You're guaranteed to be in stock. You're guaranteed to get the 15% off or more, depending on how many you get. And you just know you consistently are putting your nutrients in. The longer you take these things, the more benefit they have, like vitamin D, like omegas. You start building up the benefits of them. So subscription, very powerful. Now, once you get the lifestyle, okay, everything we're recording is going to be in the members area. So right up top here, there's this little guy, this little avatar. It looks like a little person. If you click on that person, you can log in. You use the same login you use to purchase. Okay? So there's my orders. There's my, things that I've purchased. And then right here, if I go to the menu, there's members area. If you click on members area, what we're filming right now is under the Living Good Daily lifestyle we're going to be putting in there. You got your workouts on demand. You got your Living Good Daily challenge access. That's how you go to your group every month. Current challenge, next challenge. There's the link straight to the Facebook groups to get you in there. But workouts on demand, those are brilliant. 10-minute workouts can save you so much time. The Living a Daily Lifestyle, what we're doing is we're going to film a training, right? We're doing right now. We're going to chop these up and edit them over the next 2 weeks. This is the old one. This is dated. We're doing it. We're updating it. This is a guide for the blood pressure training. We're going to make tracks, workbooks, full workbooks to say you can watch this training we did today and download the workbook so that during your next challenge, you're following the blood pressure track. During your next challenge, you're following the cholesterol track. During your next 3 challenges, you're going to follow Dr. Living Good's $3,000 rotational fasting. Oh, yeah, I'm not joking. I paid someone $3,000 to teach this thing to me. I'm going to teach it to you tomorrow, and you're going to get the ability to download this thing. So the value of this is going up. There's the thyroid from last year. I got new stuff now. So we're updating all this. You get all of these, plus our previous master classes. Make Food Simple, Immune You, Living a Daily Experience, and the Dash Kickoff. Thousands of dollars of resources because you're committed to changing your lifestyle and making health a lifestyle. Whew! I'm excited. I'm normally not dropping that stuff day one. We got a lot of work to do. We got 6 more master classes to film. We got 4 more days of recording to do. But day 1, dropping some bombs. And I just want you to know our team is building these tracks. You have a workbook to dial it in. And you still got to do the work and put in the time. You now have the community. You now have the resources. You now have the recordings. So just registering to this thing, you're going to get the replays on the weekend. But when you get the lifestyle, over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to give you all these trainings. And by the end of the month, you're going to be able to see the complete tracks for each of these conditions for you to just pick up and follow that guide in a simple challenge format. While you participate in the challenge, you can still learn the trainings and stuff, but now I'm able to personalize it a lot more for what you have specifically going on. That's day 3, you guys. That link is there. It's going to be a fire week. I'm sure glad you tuned in for day 1. If you missed it, you got 24 hours to watch this. And this weekend, it's replay weekend, Saturday, Sunday. You can be inviting people all week, or you can real simply get the lifestyle, and you're going to guarantee you have this stuff moving forward in the future, month over month, year over year. Health is a lifestyle. It's not a program. Now, we just start pulling all this stuff you guys call programs, and we just insert it into a lifestyle. Like, here's the 90-day metabolism reset. Here's the gut inflammatory autoimmune reset. Here's the whole blood pressure protocol. Like, and then just during a challenge, you're going to be able to do that. A challenge is your vehicle. It's your community. It's got your support in it. It's got your questions. It's got your coaching. It gets you fired up with our shows each week. That's what you need to not grow weary. But if we could tweak it and dial it in for each one of you in a simple format, that's where we're going. And believe me, this thing's just getting started. Because if you've been around for the last 16 challenges, you can see, you guys would laugh from what the first challenge, I feel bad for the first challengers of how much they paid and what they got. It was worth every single penny because of the life change. But now we just keep upping the value, and it's almost how far can I go to help you guys out and not convolute it or water it down, but help you get results. And that's what we're all about. You are the best part of Living Good Daily. And you're the solution, and we get to be the guides. Yeah. Well, support. How you be over there? We good?
Messages are pouring in.
Messages pouring in. Well, that was a lot, and that was a big day one. Normally I don't do that on day one, but I couldn't keep that in any longer. So, it's coming. By the end of the month, we'll have it ready, okay? Don't ask for it before then, as far as the workbooks. But today, you're going to get the lifestyles chucked full of stuff, and you're going to begin your process. And yes, a challenge just started today. I got 4 weeks to the next challenge. Get prepped. Start learning. Watch this again. Get yourself straight so you understand exactly what you need to do. You've got some valuable prep time. Plus, you got workouts and stuff in the group already, so you're good. All right, go ahead.
I'm not seeing any support-related things. Honestly, looks like everyone is good, but they are pouring in questions for health questions. What's easiest?
I got it. So they're texting?
They are.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys, I'm going to hit the refresh button on my text dashboard right now. Okay? So I'm speaking so much, my throat's like, I need mucus because your throat's going to dry out. So excuse my sniffles there. It's what happens after I talk for almost 3.5 hours. Okay. Kim just wanted me to know that day one was awesome. You are awesome, Kim. Thank you for that. Thanks for being here. Yo, this is a free masterclass. Just that. Can you believe this? On day one, we're going let me show you this real fast before I go answer these questions. We're going metabolism, so the sale's going on right now and everything, okay? That's just day one, heart health. This right here, we could just be done, drop the mic, you got plenty to go work on. We're going full rotational fasting, a brand new hormone training tomorrow. 6 hormone types, I got a quiz for you can figure it out. Oh man, that's good. Pain and inflammation is Wednesday. Thursday is gut health. I'm going to drop the gut reset on you. Never done that before. Had a lot of people buy it for $200 to $500, but I haven't just handed it out. Day 5 thyroid. And then we go to bonus weekend and you can get day 6, day 7 of replays all weekend long. Woo! That's just day 1. I'm all fired up now. Thanks, guys. All right, let's go back to this. Let's get into this. All right, so we got, can you break the Facina? Can you break the vitamin D cap in water? Yes. Where are the guides when you purchase the supplement? They get emailed to you. If you buy a package on the store, they get emailed. If you are a lifestyle member, they're under your lifestyle members area, in the drop-down members area. Click into Living Good Daily Lifestyle. You're going to see all your resources laid out for you. Where do you find heart evaluation in members area? Chrissy, you go to Living Good Daily. Here, I'll show you. Okay, you're in the members area. You go to Living Good Daily Lifestyle. See all these trainings right here? There's the old blood pressure, the old cholesterol. The new ones will be updated soon. Okay. Right there. Giant heart type quiz. Click on that. It's going to take you through it. What is your heart type? You answer a series of 48 questions, and it kicks out which one you are more than likely are. Not to say you can't be more than one. And then it'll give you the guide for that heart type. Bloop, kicks it right out. Isn't that cool? Thanks, team. Good stuff. Let's see. Sticky blood, what's that suggest? Measure platelets, fibrinogen, and ferritin. If those are off, anti-inflammatory is in need. We will cover that on Wednesday. There will be an anti-inflammatory track for anyone that needs it by the end of the month. But just starting on the challenge, huge, getting the mega turmeric. That's like my anti-inflammatory secret weapon. Let's see. No, we're good. You mentioned ferritin, minus 51. Said it was too low. Eat red meat to increase. Your thoughts? I mean, you got to go with what the doctor's saying there, but I don't know if 51's too low. You definitely want that thing below 100. Like I've seen them in the teens and the single digits. That's low. So 50, you don't want it to go above 100. I know that's too heavy. Blood's too heavy. So proper B vitamins in the multi, the methylated version. I don't think I'd go too much higher though. So I just don't know the whole conditions. So, okay. How can I download or print the blood work PDF and the other one? I tried, but I couldn't figure out how to download the 2 PDFs you offered upon joining. Mary, yeah, you have to click on them, and then depending on what you're opening them with, if you're opening them like with a phone, you're not going to be able to download them. If you open them on a desktop, it should give you the means to just hit the download button in the upper right-hand corner, because they're straight up PDFs. Okay? So you can see them. Okay, let's see. Gene, you're wondering, do we incorporate in the fungal connection? With this, at this point, no, because that is definitely further down the journey for a lot of people. Not saying there's not a lot of legitimate to it, but the process is if I go open your cupboard right now, what will I see? If I go open your fridge, and I've crashed some of your houses and come in. Those people, they pucker up real quick, right? If I ask you to give me your daily regimen for exercise and de-stress, what do I see? If you don't have the foundations in place and get these habits and get this group and get this groove, I think that creates that's huge, okay? Because we eliminate a lot of interference. Now, later this year, you'll see heavier detoxification protocols from me, microbes, some of these heavier things. But I think if you don't nail a lot of what we're covering this week first, then that makes it more complicated, Gene. Oat bran by itself, a substitute for rolled oats. I don't like anything that turns to any grains that turn to sugar. Bran, oats, any kind of those grains, even sprouted. And sprouted's better, but at first I cut them out until I get things under control, Rebecca. Thalassemia shows I'm anemic. It's in the oxygen level. It is the oxygen level in the blood. Is there any way I can build the oxygen level in the blood? Movement, rebounding, the greens, really important. And then you can take cell oxidation supplements as well. You could Google those and look them up. There's little drops you put in the water. But I mean, there's not. If you're thinking about congestion, I mean, I would follow what I was walking through today. Like bad fats are your enemy. Movement, rebounding, dry brushing your legs towards your heart, all are stimulating better blood flow. I would add in some cardio a little bit. So you're maybe going like 3, 4, 5 days a week doing 10-minute workouts and a couple days a week doing some cardio. The multivitamin with methylated B vitamins and the greens. Those are the ones I put in. Cool, Sandy? Teresa, so it's not my rebounder. If you go to livingadaily.com and you go to market, those aren't my products. It's just the ones I bought. So I'm like, hey, this is what I bought. You can do it too if you want it. Here's a link to Amazon. Like, that's all it is, okay? So they're not even my product, but I love this. I love this. It's like, guys, come on into my life. And hey, here's what the doctor's doing, and here's what I'm reading, here's what I'm researching, and this doesn't make sense. Does it make sense to you? No, here's what I'm doing. Does that help you? Made my life more convenient. Hey, I take this supplement. Here's the one I put in my body. It helped me with this and this. How's it do for you? Like, I'm just sharing and doing this journey with you, but it's my job along the journey to be a shepherd and search the stuff and find it, and then try to find easy ways and convenient ways for you to use it. So, I love it. Edith, I have the older omegas, want the turmeric. Edith, the older omegas are still great. Grab the new one, and then you can just take one of those older ones with the new one each day. So you're getting both benefits, okay? Can I find the turmeric separately? No, it's in the omega. There is some in the greens, but the new omega is the new omega. I have a leaky valve and a murmur, also some stenosis. Yes, so with that stenosis, I would really be looking at the calcification. Take the multivitamin. It's high in K2. Very important for the valve. Do the rebrounding, do the omegas and turmeric. That package is literally the leaky valve package. I just get that because you'll save 25% off on it. Okay? Good to see you, Edith. Debbie Tucker. Calcium and plaque, the same thing. Plaque might be just like the sticky buildup of the cholesterol, right? That's different than calcium. So that stickiness is that inflammation. So what we want to do there is we want to be focused on maybe the plant sterols and the cholesterol supplement support, the greens. For sure, what you're eating diet is huge. It may be best for you to do low carb. It may be best for you to do anti-inflammatory. It may be best for you to do vegetarian. We'll have all 3 of those options by the end of the month for you. But the first one I'd start with and try is low carb, and then get your blood work retested. The calcium buildup is usually a K2 problem. Too much K2 too much calcium built up in the tissue of the vessel, but it's not being moved to the bone. K2 will be the movement. So the multi will help with that. Kelly, CPAP machine, any activity gives me chest pain, shortness of breath. Is this an altitude issue, or I have a limited altitude of 5,400? It might be. You're taxing your heart at that level for sure. I moved my dad to Colorado after the heart problems. I could live with my brother. I don't think it was the best thing for his heart. So, not that you say that you have to relocate, but it's harder on it for sure. Sleep apnea went from very mild to severe. Yeah. If you can't move, I would be doing rebounding each day. Try to strengthen that heart. I'd add in some weight training. And I'll probably take the Energize, help the electrical support of the heart, but also to help make sure there's no fluid backup. Any fluid backup in your system is going to tax the system even harder. So you just want good electrolyte balance. Thanks, Kelly. Kelly Dixon, another Kelly. Are the slides available from the master class? Would love to print them. I don't have the slides available right now. I will be putting the entire training in the members area of the lifestyle area. I don't know if we'll do the slides because I'm going to take a chunk of the information we're going over and put them into these tracks. We're building workbooks. Okay, so there you go, Kelly. Thanks for being a part. Joanne, allergic reaction to citric acid. What would you suggest in its place? Do sea salt. I would focus on sea salt. And if you want like the taurine and D-ribose and stuff, I would do the blood pressure support. Joanne, since they have the sensitivities to citric acid. A little bit of sea salt each day. Will I get the new Energize with my monthly order? Is that a yes support? New Energizes are shipping?
Yes.
Okay, new Energizes out. Yep, you will. With your monthly orders. Yeah, that's so smart. Just subscribe to it. I mean, you save 15%. You can go 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You can cancel, you can shift one back. You're always saving 15%. It's like the biggest sale of the year every month for you. It just makes sense for it. And then you're guaranteed, because we watch those very closely now. And I shouldn't say like 100% guaranteed, but we haven't failed since we implemented it. It's like we are going to protect the subscribers and make sure they have their stuff. I do know that sometimes there can be a shortage of an ingredient because we use rare stuff, but we're protecting that. And that's our goal as a company, to make sure the subscribers always get their stuff. You don't run out. We've had it. We dealt with it last year like 8 times because our stuff is so popular, and the ingredients we're using, it's not just like the run-of-the-mill cheap crap. It's these quality ingredients. They run out of them, and I'm like, we can't get them. It's crazy. So yes, subscribe to them, Lori. Sorry, Penny. Lori asks, I take the Energize with the greens in the afternoon. Do you still get the full benefit and mix them together? Lori, yes, we're good there. Darlene, NAC for pre-hypertension. No, I don't think I've seen that it's an issue for pre-hypertension. It does have benefits from it. But no, you'd be fine there. Are you maybe talking about like the newer, maybe you're talking about the Energize? Is that what you're saying me to mention? I'll put the new label right here. So this is the new Energize product, and it's so it's brand new look. Ooh, fancy. That says lemon orange, just lemon lime. We need to fix that logo. Pretty sure it's lemon lime on there. Yeah, and then with the new label, and then this right here is what I'm looking for. So there's like your back, right? And if we zoom in, we can see that. And so we have acetyl L-carnitine, acetyl L-tyrosine. Did I say cysteine earlier? I might have. And then L-theanine. So those 3, these are great focus and energy producers, along with full dose of vitamin C, full dose of your magnesium, chloride, sodium, potassium. So great electrolyte source, like replaces Gatorade, tastes good. And then what we did is we lowered the stevia content and put in monk fruit. So monk fruit in there, lowered stevia, fantastic. Okay. So it's still got, it's great flavor, great too. Huge feedback thus far, really good. Made an upgrade, and price didn't go up. So if you're subscribed to this thing, price did not go up. What do we add 3 things, increase potassium, and put in a next ingredient of monk fruit, and your price stayed the same. I love it. Love pulling the stuff off. So, okay. I'm going to refresh here real quick so I can get the hottest questions of people that are currently on. Stacy says, Dr. Livinggood, fab day 1. Working on getting my vitamin D3 up to 54. That's awesome. Provider wants me at 80. She wants me to take 10,000 IUs of D and 100 micrograms K2. If I take your vitamin D3 K2, I'll be getting 410 micrograms of K2. Would that be getting too much? No, K2, I like 1 to 200, or excuse me, 50 to 100 micrograms per 1,000 IU vitamin D. So you're right there. You're almost at that 50 mark. So that's actually really solid. And good news, the vitamin D, this is probably happening, I'd say maybe late March, probably April. I'm going to increase the D dose too for you guys. So I'm not increasing the price, I'm just going to increase the D dose just to get more out of it. But I mean, it's working well. It's just some people, that, like you're saying, they really need to wallop it. 54 is solid. If you get to 70, you're doing really good. No need to go too much higher than that. Donna Penner, deal with a lot of stress, severe PTSD, de-stress, calm, or both. How do we know if we're taking too much stuff? So you are taking collagen greens, Energize D, Omega C. After a day, I'm wondering if I need your multi also. Let's see. Okay, so I like the collagen, the greens. The collagen has the multi in it, so let's just start with that. So you don't have to add the multi right now. You're getting some extra nutrients with the D3. If you are substituting in or wanting to put in sort of a calming agent, gosh, I mean, severe anxiety disorder, you can go either way. I'd probably try the calm first. But that's kind of an as needed, where the other ones is sort of my daily regimen. Collagen greens, Energize D, Omega C. Wait, if you're taking Energize, you don't need C unless you're run down. That's the only time I use it. Now, you could just do C straight up and not do the Energize, but I like the Energize for its added benefits. So you don't have to take both of those. So maybe that narrows it down. How do we get an appointment to see DLG in his office to go over specific needs? You won't get me specifically, obviously. I got a full plate. I wish I could spend tons of time. I did that for a lot of years. And the reason I don't see many one-on-ones anymore is because I'm helping all of you guys. And so if 1 to hundreds of thousands changes, we move mountains in that regard as opposed to 1 to 1. So I've chose that put. But you can come in. The team will take care of you. I'll be here to meet you. Okay, Donna, because you're only 2 hours away, and you come on in. We'll get the full evaluation. You can bring blood work with, and certainly I can take a look at stuff for you. Okay, but the TV mostly meet with the team.
Nancy is considering the lifestyle, but is asking what time would she need to commit to the challenges?
Oh, Nancy, great question. Thanks for teeing that up. Nancy's wanting to commit to the lifestyle, but she wants to know what time do I need to set aside to commit to the challenges. You do not have a specific time any day. It's all on demand. However, we are there for you live multiple times a week, meaning you can watch the day's teaching, the day's workout, and do the whole challenge and never be on one live video with me. But I am live with Jessica Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard. So a lot of people jump on there, interact with us, we have fun, we answer questions. So Monday's like get you going for the week. Jessica and I being a little goofy, and then we get you started with some motivation. Wednesday's just a Q&A. So you can ask all the questions you want. Friday is usually a field trip. We've been a little limited with, kind of us having to stay apart as society with that. But that's what goes on each week. And then Coach does a breakout on Sundays usually. So those are, you can join them or not, but it gives you that live attention. But you can do the whole thing on demand. So there's no time commitment that you have to be specific somewhere. But you want to block out your time to do your workout and to watch your videos each day. Yep. Any others over there?
We're good.
Okay. Blood pressure, usually 130 in 70s. Blood pressure lowered after last challenge. Look at you, Andrea. Okay, applying those foundations. It works. D is 21, history of low iron. I take your iron, your omegas, greens, collagen, and thyroid support. It sounds like, I don't know if you said taking your iron. I think you need to add in my vitamin D. If you're not taking that, Andrea, that would be super important. And you may look at, and maybe by iron you're saying my multi. My multi has the iron in it. It's a Ferrochel version, which is very light on the stomach. Helps the absorption. Yeah, it might take some time with that vitamin D. Congrats on the blood pressure. Keep going there. Pay attention to Thursday's gut reset. You may want to pursue that to help you absorb the vitamin D better by fixing your gut. Okay? Anita done. Any suggestions on supplements when you look at my cholesterol? Total's 56, HDL's 49. So a quarter of her cholesterol is not the good stuff. So we got a problem here. Okay? LDL's 178. And what's the triglycerides? They didn't give me them. Oh, there they are. 144. So number one, you have a sugar problem still. Your liver is being bombarded by eating too much, and especially too many carbohydrate, fructose-based foods. Once that triglyceride comes down, I bet your LDL comes down too. So my suggestion is you tune in tomorrow. Start going through a metabolism reset. We're going to lower that real quick. And then I would use the cholesterol support to help out those LDL numbers in the meantime. And then you need to increase HDL. You can do that through the omega and turmeric supplement. So the cholesterol package is the cholesterol support and the omega. Okay? Tune in tomorrow. We're going to go through metabolism steps. Assuming you're doing the lifestyle already. So, okay? There you go, Anita. Palpitations. So, the breathing exercise. Nitsa. She says, help! Nasty palpitations, mostly at night, wakes her up. So there could be a lot going on here. I would do the breathing exercises during the day and especially before bed. I would implement an Epsom salt bath before bed. And I would be drinking the electrolyte drink, my energy drink, Energize, in the afternoon. Okay? That's going to put your sea salts and your potassium, magnesium, and such in. And your magnesium is going to soak a little in the skin and relax you. You do those breathing exercises to help out. See how that does, Nitsa, and then let me know. Brenda, I just want to thank you, DLG, and the team for all you do to give us the tool to make our health better. Thank you. You're welcome, Brenda. Appreciate the kind words. Should I take the omegas and vitamin D while I'm fasting? I sure do, Pam. I'm getting those in. Keep those nutrients up. Kathy, my blood pressure's been up due to stress. I ordered the calm and the de-stress. Will this help the blood pressure? I think the de-stress would make an impact on it. If you know for sure it's stress, measure your numbers for a few days, okay? And then see what the number is. Then take the de-stress and see how it goes. Measure it a few days. And then stop the de-stress, measure it a few days. And then start the calm. You see how you're systematically working through and you're figuring out your problem and what helps the most. That's cool, right? And if neither of them do it, then you got to go to find a different problem. You let me know. Raynaud's, is it a heart issue? Typically not, Monica. It's more of a blood vessel issue. Still has bad circulation, so I'm assuming it's heart health. So how can I get this disease to stop showing its ugly self? It's in my fingers and toes. Monica, I would implement rebounding. livinggooddaily.com. Click on market. And you're in a mini trampoline. It's going to help the blood flow. I like coconut oil on those extremities. Just massage it in. Helps with circulation. Then I'd be looking at dilating of the skin and the blood vessels. Heat, Epsom salt baths, steam shower, sauna. It's going to help, typically. I'd be taking the omegas and turmeric each day too. Raynaud's is autoimmune inflammation based. Okay. Dr. Livinggood, what do you think of nutritional yeast and to add to food for extra fiber, protein, B vitamins? Anna, yeah, no problem with that. As long as it's natural, real food, I'm all for it. Sandy, rebounding help with neurocardiogenic syncope. I like it as far as helping that heart and pumping it better. I think the breathing should be done for sure too. The paced breathing, daily basis. You want to control heart rate variability with that, Sandy. Super important. But the rebound, I think, would be great too, just to help the whole pumping of the entire thing. Is there a supplement specifically to build bone density? Judy, I recommend the greens and the vitamin D supplement. When you get D, K2, vitamin A, vitamin E, all going in at the same time with magnesium, they dictate and tell calcium where to go. There's usually not too big of a calcium deficiency, and you can easily get that through foods. Green foods, dairy products. I mean, you can easily get that stuff in there. Just make sure you're not sensitive to, the dairy products. But I usually don't prescribe or suggest a calcium supplement just because you can easily get too much of it and it causes problems. We cover osteopenia and osteoporosis. Yeah, Bev, so with those, it's all about the movement of calcium. It wraps right into this, okay? So we have calcium in our body. You can get some in green foods, green leafies, the greens powder, dairy products, or you make sure it's organic, natural. You get that calcium in pretty quickly, right? You can get them from some nuts as well. And then, so calcium's in there, but if it doesn't get to your bone, you have a problem. Well, vitamin D moves it out of your blood. So now you've eaten it, you absorb it, it's floating around in your blood. Vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin A, E, and D, along with magnesium, get it out of the blood, get it to the tissue. And then what activates those receptors and helps those work better is magnesium and zinc. Okay, then K2 picks up the delivery and takes it the rest of the way, takes it to the bone. So my vitamin D supplementation is one of the top things I recommend for osteopenia and osteoporosis. Okay, so that's number one. The Living Good Daily Vitamin D Ultra Absorption Formula. Number two, get a lot of green foods in or use the greens powder. Okay, get some plant-based calcium in. Dairy products if you want, just make sure you're not inflamed by them. Then a vibration plate and or a little bit of weight training. Stress those bones a bit. Vibration therapy is very effective as far as stimulating bone density. They'll have them at gyms. Clinically, I have them in the office. You can use those to counteract it. Cool. Let's see. Juana, is the multivitamin enough to take, or do I need to add vitamin D and omegas for heart health? I like the multi for helping out with that K2, for the calcification. You got the greens there, that's super solid approach. You're getting turmeric, you're getting the beets, you're getting blood pressure support through that, you're getting the beta-glucan, so you're getting cholesterol support, you got the digestive enzymes, you got the probiotics, those greens are loaded. Now, if your vitamin D level is low, I'd strongly consider that. And I mean, my top two are vitamin D and the omega turmeric. That's like the two I just take all the time, okay? So she's so excited, she just got her order in the mail. Where does AFib fit in under electrical? Yes, it's electrical. Follow the electrical heart valve, the electrical heart track. It's under your lifestyle area, or when you get the electrical heart package. You want to be doing the breathing exercises, really important. You maybe want to get your HRV, heart rate variability, measured at some point. Get that Energize in there is a good one to help support it. So there's several steps of things just to focus on a daily basis. So it's awesome. Hopefully I got you there, Juana Flores. Georgiana suffered from thyroid disease, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, and a skin disease. What supplements can I take to improve my health? You want to start with the challenge. You want to get the foundations. Start changing your eating. We start getting you moving a little bit. We're going to de-stress you. We're going to detox you. We're going to help you with that frame, especially the osteoarthritis. So that's step one. Get the lifestyle. We'll start. You got to commit to that longer term. Month over month. We're just building those foundational pieces. You're not going to implement all of them at one time, but we'll slowly help you get there. Each challenge, we build those foundations. Then I would add in the omega and turmeric. It's really going to help support all the itises, the blood pressure, the skin. It's going to be important. So I would do the blood pressure. I would do the omega. And I'd probably do the omega, greens, and D, because it's so autoimmune based. You got to make sure your immune system's strong enough. You got to make sure your inflammation's under control. You got to make sure insulin's under control. So the challenge is going to help those eating and lifestyle wise. The omega turmeric is going to help with the inflammation, and then the greens is really going to help. Greens and D are going to help support that immune system too. So that's what I would do, Georgiana. Hopefully that helps. This first day was awesome, Alexis says. Good. I do not have a weight problem, says Barbara, but do struggle with cholesterol and I take a lot of honey. What's your thoughts on honey? I don't have a problem with honey, assuming the person has fixed their insulin. So when you do that fasting insulin test, when you do that blood sugar test, when you do the triglyceride test, if those are still off, still too much sugar in the system. Not about weight at that point. Skinny people are sick too. So I would focus on that. So honey, unfortunately, is a natural source. Love it. I love natural sources of sugars, but we can't do it because we've overdone the non-natural sources. So because of how we've eaten, I explained how I ate as a kid, right? Because of that, I had to cut it out for longer periods of time. Now, can I have honey? Yeah. I've achieved my ideal weight. I'm not on a drug. I don't have a cholesterol problem. My insulin levels are normal. Then I'm okay. Then I can enjoy those natural sources, agave, some of those things, okay? So get it under control first, then you can enjoy it. No problem. Peggy really enjoyed it. Good. April Price, nice. What's up, the famous truck driver? What other smoothies do you recommend besides greens? Being a truck driver, it is difficult, I imagine she's saying, to get all the greens goods necessary. Help. There's a whole bunch of them on drlivinggood.com. There is several of them in your lifestyle area as well. And you could do the collagen in a nut milk. That would be a good alternative. You could do the greens. Obviously, if you make it in a smoothie, imagine you have a blender. There's quite a few recipes on there. There's also a bunch of them in the Make Food Simple book. Hope that helps you. As far as go to drlivinggood.com, it would be quite a few. Just watch your sugars. Don't go too high with those. What's the minimum rebounder for benefit? Just up and down for 30 seconds. That's a good start. I go about 2 minutes. Laura, thanks for being on. I like 2 minutes, just to help you to get that. Some people go 5 to 10. I just think it gets a little exhausting because it's no joke. I mean, it does work. Good for blood pressure for over 70. The research I showed you today is 150 over 90. You get to talk with your doctor on it, but that's what research shows, Gina. What are your supplements made from? And are they made in America? Yes. And I mean, they're made from a lot of different stuff, but they're on the back of the container, right? And I make sure there's no fillers. I make sure there's no heavy metals. I make sure there's no gluten, no microbes. We third-party test. What else? Yeah, the sources. I track those down for sure. We use organic wherever possible. With the collagens, we make sure that it's grass-fed and it doesn't have chemicals, pesticides, hormones. So we test those. We test for plastics and those type of chemicals. Yeah, so I feed them to my kids. That's like the ultimate litmus test. So when I'm this picky about food, we make sure they're this picky about supplements. And I feel like we keep getting better too. There's always a little bit to learn, it seems like, so it's good. Histamine intolerance, excuse me. AG ratios high, homocysteine. So Sherry, tune in Thursday. We're going through a gut reset. That's what you need. Let's see if we can fix that histamine. That response. Gotta reset the gut. Okay? Thursday. Let's do it, Sherry. What score is good for heart rate variability test? Depends how they test it, Robin. But they'll give you kind of an overall score in normal ranges. It just depends on what unit they have. Okay? So we kind of want to look at to make sure they got some variation and things are strong. Check those out. I know I have the one we use, but you can look. Depends on what test they give. It will tell you. Very simple. What's the best blood thinner option? Have an AFib attack and I refuse a blood thinner meds. Also don't want to take even a low dose aspirin. Melody, I can't speak to taking a drug or not taking a drug. Blood thinning properties. I really like cinnamon, the cassia form of cinnamon. I like the turmeric and omega supplement. You can take at least 2 of those a day, if not 4. I really like those. I like apple cider vinegar. So I would do, probably those first 2 very regularly. And then just measure. On your next blood work, get your fibrinogen, ferritin, platelets, get all those tested and see where they're at. Because then you can tell how much you're clotting, right? And just you're trying to figure out what number are they watching so you can try to improve it on your own. The inflammation training on Wednesday will be a big one for you as well, okay? A lot of stomach and gut issues. I've had problems with omega-3 and turmeric. Yeah, so Jeanette, let's go through the gut reset first and then see if things are getting set off, inflammation, it's battling it, fighting it. So, yep. So Jeanette, go to the gut reset on Thursday. You got it. Roxanne, MTHFR, genetics, what would you recommend? Methylated B vitamins for sure. You want the methylated version, your body's going to have problems converting them. Detoxification is going to be an issue too. So I definitely tune in for Thursday to help reset the gut and detox your filters, Roxanne. That's what I would focus on. Beth, should I be worried? Homocysteine, B6, B12, and folate. Depends on what their normal range is. Oh, let's see. Triglycerides, cholesterol. Trigs are under 100, so that's good. Your cholesterol is in check because HDL is at a decent number. LDL is a little bit high. But you got your particle size. Look at you! Good job, Beth. Beth got particle size. Yeah, she got 1,300 of the small ones. And medium and large, you got a lot of the large ones. So the small ones are still a bit high. The peak size is 223. Wow. Okay. And then lipoprotein B and A, CRP 2.9. Yeah, so I would use the the cholesterol support, okay? And then Beth, assuming what you tried, so you're taking the D, you're taking the omegas, greens, and collagen, and then you're using keto. So whether that's good or not, I'm 5'4" and now 150 pounds, was 180. So you're losing the weight, but your doctor want to get you on a statin. So this is what we're doing. So you're using like a lower carbohydrate approach, which is just fine. But now what we'll have is we'll have links in there with the workbooks where you could try the anti-inflammatory approach. And maybe you eat that, because now the weight's gonna slow a bit, and that's fine. But if you go for an anti-inflammatory approach for 90 days and retest, how do you do then? Maybe it doesn't work. Then maybe you go vegetarian approach for 90 days. And you see which one helps you get it under control, because you're different from everybody else. And I would add in the cholesterol support supplement. Is that cool? Yeah, but I definitely would. She said, thanks, Jessica, and your staff for all you do. So that would be my opinion on it, and that's exactly why we're doing these workbooks, because it's not always going to be the low carb or the keto that's going to get you there. Right? It's not always going to be the vegetarian. It's not always going to be the inflammation. But we're going to lay those out this week, and then in your workbooks by March, we're going to have those ready for you. So I would select one of those, go for a while, then retech your blood work. You're exactly why we made that. Fatty liver and cirrhosis. I'm not on cholesterol medication. Now what? Gut health first or cholesterol focus first? Gut first, Shirley. Thursday. Sure, Thursday. Okay? We're gonna reset that gut. Is it okay to combine the Energize and the greens? Yes. ACV and the greens? Yes. Carol, K2 should not affect your blood clotting. You can always ask your pharmacist, but it should not have any effect on it. K1, yeah, a little bit, but K2 should be just fine. Okay? Thank you. Yes, it was awesome. I had a heart attack in November. One stint put in. My mom died at 52 from a heart attack. Brother younger than me, almost 20 stints. What? 2 brothers older, open heart surgery. I really want a lifestyle change in my family. I'm on blood thinners, thyroid, cholesterol, blood pressure. Anyway, I want to order today, please. Let me know the best I can start with while I see my doctor to get some blood work done. Sherilyn Nelson, if you're still there, focus on the lifestyle. Get the lifestyle for sure. Okay? And then I would add in the omega blood pressure or the omega cholesterol. Either the blood pressure or cholesterol support supplement. You may do omega greens, honestly. You might get more out of that. Yeah, do omega greens. Omega greens, the omega turmeric is combined, and then the greens. That's a great start. As long as you can handle the greens with some of the potassium in there. If not, you could do the cholesterol one with omegas. But you got to do lifestyle. Lifestyle, that's huge. Okay? I have multiple heart issues. What supplements should I concentrate on? The omega, the greens, collagen, D, Energize. That's the pecking order. That's what I would start with, Chris. Okay? Got to get those omega and turmeric in. That's going to be the best one. And then lifestyle. Make sure you're doing that. What does it mean when my blood pressure can spike 30 points from morning to evening? It's probably a cortisol problem, Kathy. Do the breathing exercises, de-stressing exercises, maybe do some yoga type things, some workout for sure. Make sure it's not spiking your cortisol to do the workouts, the type of workout you do. And you can maybe add in the de-stress supplement. It's probably cortisol, that kind of swing. No, got to heal it. We'll be going through hormones tomorrow, de-stress tomorrow. Adrenals, a whole section on adrenals. Baby aspirin. My husband had a TIA a few years ago. Let's see. This is Joel. And he was instructed to take a baby aspirin every day. Good, bad, stupid. Does your office teleconference appointments? Yeah, so the Living a Daily team answered there. We don't teleconference. People do come in and get analysis for sure. But that's just the challenge. You'll be able to ask me questions. You'll be able to ask Coach questions. You've got to have direct access to me this whole time. I can't tell you to take the aspirin, not take the aspirin. I mean, it is over the counter. I like to go away from it. I want to know the number that they're measuring. How do they know he's at high risk? Is it fibrinogen? Is it platelets? What are they looking at? Ferritin? And then if you can know that number, then you make a lifestyle choice, and then you see if it gets better. Like add the omegas and turmeric in. And then if that doesn't, then do the anti-inflammatory diet, and then see. And then do, like you peck your way through that, Joel. So you want to be smart, of course, but he's got to be willing to change his lifestyle. If he's not, he's got to take that stuff. But I really like the omega and turmeric as that alternative. Let me refresh. I'll get up to speed on the most recent comments. Oops. Let's see. Okay. Darlene, my husband's taken meds for depression and anxiety for 40 years. Do they have any long-term negative effects on your physical body? Absolutely. Absolutely. Can he do anything about it now? I don't know. But, I mean, he's got to build health, lifestyle, if he wants to prolong, health in the future. That's rough. That's rough on the body. It's a lot of toxicity. But focus on what you can do, okay? Sherilyn, you're welcome. Michelle had labs done. They weren't too good. Just found out I have an ovarian cyst, size of a softball. My electrolytes are super low. I drink about a gallon of water a day. I'll be having surgery tomorrow with the cystic brain. It's not cancer. I take a lot of different vitamins. What else can I do? Stop drinking a gallon of water a day, Michelle. You don't ever say that too much. You're flushing out your electrolytes. You don't have enough. You're depleting your body of them. Tomorrow I'm doing the hormone workshop. I'm going to cover this issue. More than likely you have a microbe issue or you have an estrogen problem. I'll show you how to detox from those two, some steps and things you can put in, okay? Kind of like the heart guides today. And then, yes, prayers for that for sure. And then I would cut the water down. I would drink half that much, okay? Take the Energize. Get those electrolytes back in.
One more giveaway.
Oh, one more giveaway. Sure, look at these people hanging around. Support's all excited in the background here. Let's do it.
A digital make food simple.
Digital Make Food Simple. This is the cookbook. This is the nutrition book. Someone's getting this in digital copy right now.
Sue Larson.
Sue Larson. Here you go. Giveaway. Thanks for being the best part of Living Good Daily and being a part of day 1 of 5, helping me record 3 different master classes. You guys are getting access as lifestyle members. We're going to make entire workbooks and guides of all of this, let alone all these trainings. Hundreds of thousands of people are going to be getting help because of you being here, helping me have good energy, answering questions, and just being the best part of the whole thing. So there's a little blessing to love on you while you love on your health. There it is. Can I mix Energize with my morning smoothie? It has DLGs, collagen, and greens. You sure can, Joyce. And let's see. Carrie, DLG is the bestest. I'll never know how know my numbers unless I can find a test online. Can I do that for a cholesterol? Not sure what I'm doing wrong. I don't have a doctor. I guess I'll never know what my number cholesterol is. I'm trying to find a way to get blood pressure machine that is reliable. Yeah, you can talk to the pharmacist about just like the calibration of them, make sure it's working. As long as it's consistent, it's giving the same number every day. That's what you're looking for. Just you don't want it to be inconsistent, but as long as it's calibrated and it's consistent, it doesn't matter if it's a little tweaked up or a little tweaked down. That's fine. You can do some online testing. I know. I'm not sure. I haven't done that for people, but I would just search around for just online blood tests and see what's possible. You may be able to get some reasonable ones. Yep. Glad you're on. It's good. Kelly Dixon. Looks like you got taken care of. There you go. And I don't have the slides yet, but we'll be doing we'll be putting the notes in, Kelly. So we'll be not the notes. This whole training. So you'll be able to see them and go back through them. It's all going to be in the lifestyle area. There's guides already in there that breaks down a lot of this material. So it's already there. Okay. What's the first supplement you suggest for me? Lost my father and brother and my sister. Jeez, to heart disease, all in their 50s. Lori, so sorry. The best supplement's not a supplement, it's the lifestyle. So assuming you're doing that and you're taking action steps, for what you're eating and how you're moving and how you're stressing. It's massive. And then I would start with the omega turmeric, followed by the greens, then the D, then the collagen, then the Energize. Still what it is. I mean, I know people can have the blood pressure support and cholesterol support, and I think it's very helpful to get those raw materials in for those conditions, but you got to foundationally get right. That's what we're doing through those challenges through the lifestyle. Okay? You're welcome, Juana. Beth, not sure if you'll see this, but I'm hoping. Well, let's do it. I've been taking, this is Beth Mason, I've been taking your vitamin D3. I have thousands of text messages, by the way, so thanks for having grace, you guys. I'll try to get to you. I've been taking the D3, the omegas, greens, and collagen for a few months. Wait, no, I just answered. Beth, I just got you. Did you get your answer? You must have. That was 7 minutes, 8 minutes ago. I'm a ways behind on a lot of these. I had to skip a bunch of them too, just to catch up to people that are on. Yep, Sally, great info. Out for a walk now. Vicky, nut. What kind of supplements do you take to lose weight? I'm about 40 pounds overweight. You take the masterclass tomorrow and you put it into action, Vicky. That's what you do. Isn't that nuts? See what I did there with their name? I'm so sorry. This is the point where I start getting loopy because I've been talking for 4 hours. It's all right, though. You guys are worth it. So you put that in place tomorrow. I'm going to show you how to shred those pounds and reset that metabolism. Husband also has AFib and blood pressure issues. So I would add in the Energize for the AFib. It tastes fantastic, especially if he likes Gatorade or lemonade, then you're good because that's a healthy version. And then, just optimizing weight loss, I would use the collagen because it's got glucomannan, which lowers blood sugar, and milk thistle, which detoxifies your liver. You also get your multivitamin with it. So Vicky, add in the collagen. Green's not a bad idea either, and the Energize is for the husband. Diabetes, type 2, neuropathy in the feet, very painful. Please help. Jeanette, there's a neuropathy video on drlivinggood.com to help you with rebounding, some nutrients you can take. I would do the omega turmeric for that, and I would also take the multi because it has a lot of good B vitamins which supply the blood flow, which supplies the nerves, which can create that problem in the first place. They're methylated B vitamins. So my multi and omega turmeric supplement. Okay, hit the refresh button here to get caught back up. Let's do 7 more minutes. How's that sound, you guys? 7 more minutes? Okay. Sandra, can you help me? Love you guys. Thanks. Is miso soup a no-no? Miso is fermented what? Remind me. Tofu? It has in it? I would skip the tofu. And then the broth? Make sure the broth is just all natural. What do they use it? They use a vegetable broth? Is it all soy? If it's fermented soy, I'm okay. If it's not, then it's not okay. Okay, I like soy to be fermented. Can you spell the test for the heart stuff, CRP and homocysteine, HRV, not HPV? That would be the human papillomavirus. We don't want anything to do with that. But we do want a lot to do with the HRV, which is heart rate variability. That is all in the guide that you got when you registered. Sandra, go look at your blood test guide. They're all broken down in there. The test for inflammation, HRV, all of it is in your blood test guide just for registering for the Love Your Health series. You got it delivered to you at the bottom of the registration email. It is also on the thank you page. It'll direct you back to that. So there you go. Is it okay to take just 1 vitamin D3, 1 omega, if I'm taking 1 green once a day and collagen and Energize? Yeah, that's fine, Sandra. Just watch your numbers. She's about to get on meds for the second time. The first time she had a reaction because of blood pressure. I'm trying to help her not get on the meds. What else can she do? For me, if I'm taking your greens, collagen, Energize every day, can I just take 1 omega? Yeah, you got that. And then I would say lifestyle for sure. I'm not sure who she is. It must have got cut off a bit, Sandra. But if it's blood pressure issues, go through the blood pressure steps I said. There's a lot of things you can be doing. There's 9 different causes. Controlling that insulin, controlling the sugars and the fats. Also, the blood pressure support supplement would maybe be a good idea too. Let's see. Yeah, Kathy, I've brought it up many times today. So she says, who do you recommend take the multivitamin? I don't hear you talk about that much anymore. Hey, folks, let's see. Oh, she says, hey, folks, just buy the Dr. Living Good supplements. They're the best value for the excellent quality we get. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, so the multi, I like that for multiple reasons. If you don't do the collagen, you can do the regular multi. I like it for extra K2 for calcification issues. I like it for bone density issues to get extra vitamins in. I like it for iron issues. I like it for deficiency in minerals like selenium to help your thyroid. And so those are kind of like it's sort of an extra. But some people take it just regularly because they need those things, right? But I get mine through the collagen, which has a decent amount already in it. Okay. When you say to take blood pressure of both arms, do you mean to do both arms one after another in the same sitting? Yes, Debbie, you got it. You nailed it. Yep, just measure both. They'll do that. I would request it at a doctor's office too. It's actually what the standard, after I did the research, I used to only recommend one arm, but then I went through just kind of the updated blood pressure measuring standards, because we have to do that clinically, and sometimes. And they changed it to test both arms, just so you know. So, yep, just after going through the studies, that's what they said. I'd like to kick the aspirin to the curb. What do I do? That was Joelle in my weird whatever voice that was. I like the omega turmeric. That's super good. We're going to cover this whole topic on Wednesday during the pain inflammation teaching. I know aspirin's not always pain inflammation, but we'll be talking about what you can do to lower things naturally in that regard. But I like the omega turmeric. That's what I would focus on. We're going to find the list of the doctor's test. Tammy, that was upon registration. So you got it at the bottom of your registration email. So if you think, what day did I register for the Love Your Health series, go back and look at your junk, spam, deleted, inbox for that registration email. It's at the bottom of that email for you. Or you can just simply re-register and you just get taken to the thank you page after you go through some of the special discounts that you guys get with registry. Sue, my vitamin D level is 90. Should I keep taking 2 of your vitamin D? Nope, I would back it down. Go to 1, maybe none for a little while. Depends how much sun you're getting. But 90 is, yeah, you don't need to go above 100. HDL 57, LDL 155, triglycerides 84. Is there anything else you should work on? No, that's fantastic. Low blood pressure, getting down below that 110/70 range, kind of down there. I like the Energize for that. So I would use the Energize to help support it. It's going to give you those electrolytes, a little bit of sea salt. So I would look at the new Energize too. It's on discount. Fantastic. Helps them focus and stuff too. Ricky. But she says, hi, I'm Melissa. So Ricky is Melissa. Ricky, Melissa. Got it. Not confused at all. I followed Dr. Livingood for a long time. Faithfully read all posts from thousands of members and occasionally commented or asked questions. Read the page. And let's see. Disconnected. I'm not sure. You have to ask. I don't know what's going on there. Rejoin the page. Have access to daily posts. So many good stuff. Yeah. So Ricky, you want to maybe support? You guys are helping out with that or whatever it may be. So 349 was it sent. Donna. Oh yeah, in the hospital. AML. Doctors tell me every day I look good and blood work holding steady. Brought all my DLG products and good stuff to eat. Good for you. Sauerkraut, greens, apples, almonds. Zofran wreaked havoc on my bowel movements. Zofran is brutal. Tried getting more magnesium in. I really hate man-made drugs. I don't blame you. Lots of prayers, Donna. Come on, guys. She's like watching this from a hospital room. Are you kidding me right now? Look how blessed you are. Look at it. Donna, we're with you. Keep fighting. And when you get through toxicity, then it's build health, build health, build health. Get some movement if you can. Up, moving is super important as far as helping get people through this process of what you're going through. So, yep. It's good. Blood work's holding. It's holding. That doctor's still working in there. That's what does it. You're welcome, Carrie. Is K the same thing as K2? No. K1 is vitamin K. K2 is vitamin K2. It's totally different functions. K2 is for your artery health and your heart. K1 is for clotting. So K2 is super deficient for so many people. Let's see. Will you help Jane Lucas support to help reach out? Jane, I'll try to get support to help you out, okay? Just try to help you. She's a little overwhelmed, and as far as just trying to get everything going, takes a bit, doesn't it? Wandering around and trying to get things going the right direction. So, 351. Okay, a couple more questions, and then we're cutting off for the day, and we're back all week long. Blood work per your suggested test. Trigs 142. Those are high, so I gotta get insulin down, Jeanette. Cholesterol's 223, HDL's in the basement, LDL's high, Thyrox, yep, so you got thyroid antibodies, we got homocysteine, we got eosinophils, we got your vitamin D, what is that at? I can't tell. 25, yikes. And then C-reactive protein was sensitive. Okay, we need a gut reset, Jeanette, on Thursday. You need to tune in Thursday. You need to up that vitamin D a bit. And you need to get yourself and make sure you're on those omegas and turmeric. Okay? We got to increase that HDL. I'll probably take the cholesterol support supplement as well. But I think that that gut reset is in order. You got inflammation going on a lot. Brenda, what should I say to a doctor who says no to cutting back or stopping amlodipine? Blood pressure doesn't go any higher than normal 130/60, something on the bottom. Brenda, fire him or her, just find a new doctor. Right? I'm not saying stop it. I'm just saying go find someone that's more in alignment of your goals. If your doctor's not helping you get to your health goals, why are you working with them? Like, why would you marry someone that doesn't have your life goals, or that you're, you know, like, you know what I mean? It's the same type of thing. Why would you work at a job when you don't know any of the skills, you don't like anybody? Why would you, and like, you just fire them, you know? It's like telling a landscaper, like, I think I want to put flowers here, and I want to dig this up, and we're going to put bark here. And they're like, no, we're going to put a tree. Like, no, I don't want a tree. That's all we can do, sorry. And like, you're fired, landscaper. I'll go find another one. Like, why is this profession any different? Same type of thing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you got to work with them to get that guidance. I'm not telling you to do anything with the meds. I'm just saying find a new doctor that'll work with you. You can call ahead and talk to them. It's cool. I'm sure they'd be happy to have your business and you as a client and you as a patient. You know, that makes sense. I take berry greens. No, there could be just a little discrepancy, maybe, Pamela, on the labeling on that one. More than likely. And yes, so it does have a little bit of K1, the vitamin D does. Would it be best to take an additional supplement that is just K2? Yes, so if it's just a small amount of K1, so it's not going to affect your blood clotting or anything like that. And K1 will convert to K2. So I supported that mechanism by putting a little bit of it in there. We used to only have K1, now I switched all to K2 because that's what's going to help the most. But there's just a little bit of K1 in there. So no, it should be fine. I made it very heart friendly because I would want something that my dad could take. See you, Pamela. Bonnie, how important is it to take supplements without meals? My friend gets horrible rashes occasionally. They're hot and itchy. Any suggestions? Yes, so you can take supplements with or without meals. You can try them differently. Some people absorb them better. Some people tolerate them better. So you can kind of experiment with that. I take them on an empty stomach in the morning, no problem. But if you do get any kind of just little kickbacks. Horrible rashes, I would look at gut health. Usually when the gut is not working, the skin isn't either. So tune in on Thursday. Share that with your friend. That'll help them out. Try an Epsom salt bath. That's good as well. And Holly, last question of the day. Is there anything that can support me getting my doc to write a script for omega and collagen or greens? We have an FSA, and it can be used to pay for products if I have a script. She wrote for vitamin D and multi probiotics, but said she can't for the others because no substantial research on it and something about FDA, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so I would test the inflammation markers, okay? So the inflammation markers, meaning CRP, homocysteine, some of those, which maybe you already did. So you have the AST. Is your AST at 98? That can't be right. ALT is 80? Yeah, my liver enzymes are extremely high. How is she not justifying? I mean, the omegas and collagen. If you can produce the research of the PubMed study where milk thistle helps liver detox, I would show her that. You just got to go on PubMed and then search liver detox, milk thistle and liver detox. And then if your ALT and AST is that high, then you have a lot of inflammation, which omegas and turmeric is full of research on that. So, I mean, that's what I would present, Holly, if that was me, because I understand you want that, try to do the HSA type thing for the work, but you're right. You got to get a doctor to sign off on the thing. It's kind of a pain for it, but that's what I would look to, because those are clear-cut problems going on. So, sweet. Thanks for being on. Well, peeps, what a day. 4 hours on day one. Who does this? You guys do. Living Good Daily. We're into this thing. We're on a journey. You're still hanging in. 700 of you. Y'all are crazy. Give yourself a pat on the back. Thanks for being the best part of Living Good Daily. This is just heart health. We got a bunch of other organs and a bunch of other conditions to go through. 4 more days. We're going to be breaking down one more time. If you haven't seen this part, this is rotational fasting, metabolism, resetting, and the brand new hormone masterclass tomorrow. You'll have a quiz. You'll be able to understand 6 hormone types and what to do about them. Powerful stuff. Never done that before. Pain and inflammation on Wednesday. Got to handle this stuff. We all have it. We just got to keep it under control. Gut health. I'm going to show you how to do a gut reset on Thursday, and we're bringing it home on Friday. thyroid. Dr. Livingood's going to pass out, and then you guys can have a bonus replay Saturday and Sunday and binge watch me. I will be done talking by then. But we're loving on you all week long. This is the Love Your Health series, and you are tuning in with Dr. Livingood and the Living Good Daily team. So if you have not registered yet, you are missing out. This is how you get all of the replays. This is how you get the notifications. Each day, this will be up until noon tomorrow, and then that's how you get replay weekend. You get a special discount off a mystery supplement when you register. You also get the blood test bonus guide and the supplement 101 bonus guide. So make sure you have registered, and then share that registration with others so we can help them experience real health just the same. And then finally, you got your discount. Store-wide's 10% off. If you subscribe, you get 15% off, and there's packages for up to 25% off all week long. It's the Love Your Health event. All culminating with a beautiful ending on Valentine's Day. How cool is that? Love your health. If you don't love your health, who else is going to do it? So I'm glad you started the week right to do that. It's a pleasure and an honor to be with you guys. I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to reset the metabolism, a $3,000 protocol I learned years ago. We are dropping it on y'all, and we're going to go through the functional aspects of it and then do the brand new hormone workshop. So same place, same time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Replay for this one starts now. Share it, help someone else out, and keep loving your health. Go make it a great day. You might as well. You're never going to get it back. See you, peeps.